Hello and welcome to Spiritual Fertility. I am so grateful and happy and joyful to be here. This is going to be a solo episode where I am going to share with you a tool that I have used over the years to grant me discernment, to give me some indication that I am on the right path, and that is oracle cards. I am going to do an oracle card reading and share with you how this has helped me in my journey, in the intention that it is something that you will play with, that you will use in your life and in your journey and in your evolution. And I invite you to listen, to be in the space of receiving, to block out any and all interference across any time, space, planes, live dimensions, in all levels of consciousness as we come together right here and now to walk this journey together. And so this is really fun for me. I love oracle cards, and I have used these for a couple years now. They first came into my life through a friend, and I was very curious and intrigued. And so I bought a deck and started playing around with this and putting this into my practice. And for a while, I would use these every single day. I would share them in my stories, and in the hopes that they would connect with somebody who would need that right message right then and right now. Because I know that we have questions in our life on the path ahead, and we need guidance. And angel or oracle cards are that way to really just give you that little bit of inspiration, to be something and a tool that you can use to help you on your path. And so I was over at a friend's house one day in late 2019, and she's like, let me do a card. Let's pull a card together. And I was like, okay, what is that? So she pulled out her deck and proceeded to pull a card. We talked a little bit beforehand. And from right then and there, I was hooked and wanted to use these in my life. And so the first deck that I am going to introduce you to is the first deck that I ever used. It's called the Rainbow Warrior Activation Deck, and this is by Justine Cerebrin and Tracy Dunblazer. And in each of these card decks, they come with a certain amount of cards along with a guidebook to help you. And my intention for doing this card reading is to provide you not only with the inspiration or maybe the words that you need to make a decision, but sometimes it's just that hit that the universe provides to let us know that things are okay, that we can take the next step forward, that we can discern what we are meant to do in the next given moment. So not only day by day, but moment by moment is a great intention and way to live in the present moment. And so these cards kind of bring us back to the present moment, allow us to open up some channels to connect with our own divine self and our own source and our own higher self, because really it's all about taking the time to look within. And spiritual fertility is all about tapping into the spirit, our own true spirit, and the spirit that surrounds us, that is here for our own divine good. And this allows us the ability to rebirth, to transform, to take those next step forwards, and maybe even birth a new creation. So Rainbow Warrior Activation Deck. So what I like to do is, and what my intention is for this, is really to be a message and an activation for you, the collective, for anybody who is tuning into this either today or in the future. Right now, actually today, it's Halloween. It's October 31st, 2023. And I launched this podcast on October 1st. So it's only been a month. And already I know that it is something that has helped and served others and gives me a great way to not only bring my gifts and tools to you, but also bring in guests to share their own gifts. And so I've had the opportunity to do card readings for others. And it is a great passion of mine, something that I do offer. So if you are interested in connecting with me to receive a card reading, I'd be happy to do that. My email is Alison, ALISON .Bucklin, BUCKLIN. Actually, scratch that. My email is Alison, ALISON, Bucklin, BUCKLIN 444 at gmail.com. And so I'm taking the Rainbow Activation deck. And for this card, I'm going to be drawing 3 cards from 3 different decks. And so what I want this to be, what my intention is for this to be, is to be something that can think about and relate to our past. So we're going to do a past, present, and future card reading to help you along in your journey. So with this Rainbow Activation deck, this is going to be something that aligns with your past. And so this is for me, this is for you. It's very exciting and fun. And so I like to shuffle. I love this deck because there's a lot of nature and earth themes. And it has been something that has started my journey using these oracle and angel cards. So sometimes I will shuffle until a card falls out, or I've gotten into the habit of shuffling until I feel the space to kind of split the deck and take the card that comes out on top. And so I'll put the rest of them back in here. And what do we have today? Now, this is for all who are listening for our past. And I drew card number 37, sharing it on the screen here. It has some rainbows with a cross in the center, and it's really quite beautiful. And so I'll go to the deck and see what it has to share. And usually there was a message that comes through me that I'll share with you. So, oh, so beautiful. Radiance, enjoyment, fulfillment, overflow, firmness, influence, expansion, transmission. Radiance is the constant, eternal flow of light that is our birthright. Who we are emanates outward from the light within our being, in spite of personal struggles. Recognizing the beauty of our influence in the world is paramount to our balance and well-being. So as I think of that, I think of past struggles. And to me, struggles are certainly what is necessary in our evolution, but struggles to me makes me think of darkness. And in order to bring light and radiance to that darkness, we have to move through those struggles. So this shares me that in the past, everything that we've gone through, those dark moments, have had light come from them, have had that radiance come from them. No matter the state of affairs today, focus on your radiance and the radiance of others. Allow yourself to be open to the overflow of love everywhere you look. Finding fulfillment while loving others is a skill set that must be cultivated. It takes practice. It's different than feeling love. It's about choosing to perceive the adoration that exists all around you. When the Radiance card has chosen you, you're being asked to witness love in all its forms. So that's our first message. Anything you've gone through, think about what radiance has come from that and what love you can give to yourself and recognize in others. So the second card, this is going to be our present card. This is the oracle card that is going to bring us, what do we need to know right now in this present moment today? So a beautiful soul that has helped me on my journey through her writing and her courses and her oracle cards is Rebecca Campbell. And I was first learned of Rebecca Campbell through a friend who recommended her book. And then in very early 2020, I read her beautiful book, Light is the New Black, and then went on Rise Sister Rise, Letters to a Star Seed. She has many books and many oracle decks. Our next deck is going to be from Rebecca Campbell as well. So I definitely invite you to investigate her books. She was a very integral part of my spiritual awakening journey when I started to understand more about myself, where I came from, and ancestors, and guides and spirits and all of these different things that work together in our existence. I feel like reading her book, Light is the New Black, almost gave me this permission to investigate further what kind of I was feeling and what that underlying feeling were. So please check out her book. So Rebecca Campbell, you can't see this with my background here. Work Your Light Oracle deck. And this has 44 cards, my favorite number. So certainly a line. Oh my gosh. I remember times in my journey over the last 3 years when I would use these cards and get to know these cards and ask questions and I pull one every morning for a while, and just more often than not, it was just what I needed to see or hear. So for the present moment, bring light into this deck and into our hearts to understand that what we need to know right now is going to come through in the card that is chosen for us. It's kind of fun. Sometimes you'll be shuffling and just one will like pop out of nowhere. And you're like, okay, that's the one that we need. That's the one that has jumped out for us. And I kind of just felt one jump out here. It didn't fall out, but I felt it in my shuffling. So this is for the present moment. This is the message for the present moment. Take a break. Ooh, this is something that resonates greatly with me and some of the things that have come up recently. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Oh boy. Okay, so we are in our season. We are in our life. This is our life's work in our human existence right now. And there are seasons to this, so it's exciting to see what this is all about. Take a break. Page 82 in our book. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. And on this card, it's like there's a crescent moon in the background. There is a woman in the water with her arms open, coming through these windows that looks like a sort of castle here. It's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations, to take a moment from your busy schedule, to get off the treadmill of life, to appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing into the next thing, to be in the moment and enjoy where you are, to take a breath and regather your mind, body, and spirit, to recalibrate, appreciate, and celebrate, to decide on what you really want to experience next. If you take a moment, you're not going to miss out. Perhaps you have just completed a big project, manifested something significant in your life, released an old way of being, or just been burning the candle at both ends. Now is the time to take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. You did it. Enjoy yourself and recalibrate. Go on vacation, book a massage, take long walks and nature. Go away for a rejuvenating weekend to recharge and replenish. Take a break and a breath. So this card really tells us in the present moment that it's okay to take a break, to have that permission to celebrate what you've just accomplished, or to take a break from what you're going through, to step back, enjoy the moment, reward yourself, give yourself permission to take that break, and know that self-care is not selfish, and that it is something that is necessary for all of us, especially creatives, especially mothers, especially those that are putting things out into the world. All of us really deserve a break, but it is not selfish. And so as a mom, as somebody who's on the spiritual journey, as someone who is a person who has really kind of just push and use that masculine energy of pushing and doing and hustling and going and moving in my past and things that have been passed down for me, it's very important to tap into that feminine energy and take a break. So in this present moment, when you're done listening to this podcast, take a break. Take that time for yourself to know that it's okay. And so, as we move into our third card for this special episode, this Oracle card reading, I'm going to move into another Rebecca Campbell deck. This is called the Rose Oracle, also a 44 card deck. This definitely has really played a part in, I can just think about all of the times that I've used these decks, and I'm just brought back to each of those individual moments and feelings. And it just brings me so much joy. So I definitely invite you to try this. So before I pull a card from this deck for you and the collective, I'm going to use this Rose Oracle attunement. Mother Rose, you who were present long before we, and you who will continue after we're gone, bless this oracle and all who use it. May it be a gateway for all to return to ourselves, the earth, and each other. May our connection with the voice of our soul be made stronger with every use. May all who touch it feel cherished, held, loved, softened, and seen. May it deliver insight, understanding, compassion, and guidance that's in the highest interest of all beings, past, present, and future. When I'm holding space for another, help me to step out of the way and invite others to connect with the wisdom that exists deep within them. Guide me and all who use it to embrace our ever-changing true nature and the seasons of our lives with compassion, understanding, and grace. Show us how we can plant ourselves here more deeply than ever before. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, it's so beautiful. My soul, my spirit is just lifted and connected and in tune with all of this. I hope it is for you too. I feel that it is. I feel that connection. You haven't listened to this yet, but I feel that connection, and I hope you feel it too. So, this is what our collective needs to know for our future. I love this beautiful deck. Rebecca Campbell is so very connected to the rose, and if you follow any of her work, you will understand what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. All right. That's the one that we're supposed to pick as it stopped. So what do we get here? Ooh, fun. These are so beautiful. Just the imagery and the colors and what you see on this card. It's hard to come through, especially because I have a virtual background here on this video. But what we have for the future, the bud, potential, promise, it's about to happen. Keep going. Ooh, fun. The bud. Keep going. A bud is an embryonic swelling on the stem of a rose that has the potential to develop into a flower, leaf, or shoot. In temperate climates, plants form resting buds that are resistant to the brutal frost. The bud is the promise of what's to come. It's the physical manifestation of the seeds that we've been holding deep in the earth, nurturing and dreaming through the fertile void of winter. Now we find ourselves in the inner season of spring, and the bud is beginning to realize what it was always destined to be. But it still requires tending in order to bloom one day soon. This is a card of encouragement, potential, excitement, and hope. It invites you to keep facing your true north and show up for what you're being called to create. Your effort has not gone unnoticed. Keep going. Someday soon, you'll begin to see this beautiful creation in the world. The bud is connected with spring, the time when the upward energy of life is bursting on through. You may be seeing the first signs of things are beginning to come together. If you've been working on a project or have been dedicating yourself to ushering in some change in your life, you're being called to keep going and trust that what you've been working toward is happening. Keep tending your garden, and before long, the bud will begin to unfold and bloom. How beautiful, especially fitting for our future card, because this evokes really the season that we're going into here in the Northern Hemisphere is the season of winter. And we are approaching winter, which certainly is a crucial time to not only take a break, but also to be in that place of working on ourselves or working on projects or making time for ourselves. And the future is spring. Spring comes next, and the bud is there right before the bloom. So I have all of these feelings of being in the space of to keep going, to being in that space of allowing for what is to unfold, to keep doing the work, but also not only taking a break, but allowing things to unfold. Trust is a big word that showed up in this card and in this message, is trusting in yourself, trusting in the divine process, to trusting into the universe and what it has in store for you, and knowing that you are here right now on this earth for a reason. So shine your radiance, recognize love in within yourself and all around you, and take a break when you need it. Give yourself that permission to take a break, and know that in the future, your bud is there, and come spring, there will be a beautiful manifestation and blooming that will happen. So, thank you for tuning into this episode of Spiritual Fertility. This is so fun for me, and I hope to really put these in different places. It's funny, when I first started my Spiritual Fertility YouTube channel, where I'm also sharing these episodes, I started with the Oracle card reading, with the Choose a Card. It was so fun. And if you scroll back to any of the videos there, you'll see the first videos of Spiritual Fertility were a card reading. So these have definitely played a part in my life, and I know that they will continue to do so. And this really inspires me, because I've taken a little break from them in the season that I am in. This really inspires me to grab Rebecca Campbell's next deck and continue moving forward with this particular tool, not only in my life, but how I share my gifts with others and how I help and serve others. So again, if you would like an Oracle card reading, if you have a question that's on your mind, I am happy to help you and serve. I will record a video personalized for you with your own Oracle card reading. Again, subscribe to Spiritual Fertility. It is wonderful having you here. Like, subscribe, put a review on, share with somebody in your life that needs the message of hope and inspiration that Spiritual Fertility provides. My heart goes out to all of you that are listening here, and keep going in your journey. Thanks for sharing. Have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon with our next guest.